Welcome back. I'm Pete, and you're watching the Custom Car Channel. I'm sitting inside the 2012 Ford Explorer. I'm going to move it in, change the air filter, service the front diff. It's got 203,668 miles. All right, here we go. We got to move it out of the parking lot. No, I don't really have a parking lot. I will have. Oh, and by the way, since we worked on this last time, the power steering has not failed. So I think it was something to do with the alignment. That's my guess. It's been 3 weeks, I think. Oh, you guys will figure it out. But did get new tires too. So that was really weird. These things must drive in front wheel drive. Oh boy. Just got to get her lined up on the hoist here. And I'm going to have to look out the window. I think somewhere in there. Maybe back just a little bit. There we go. Well, I guess we did put the tie rod on, and then we did the alignment. Yep. But since then, the power steering's been working. We have no lights on the dash. That's pretty cool. So yeah, everything's been going good. We're gonna start with the air filter. So I'm gonna pop the hood. See if I can remember the miles. I gotta write them down for the invoice. And I think I'll put you guys on the stand. I'm gonna change that air filter. I'm gonna get this ready to lift up. I'm a little tired from last night. That 15-minute video wore me out. Moving my cart over here. I do have some new tools we're going to use today. Hopefully them new tools work. And this is a Ford Explorer, so I'm not the Silverado man anymore. Alright, should we go in here and work a little bit? There we go. So the first thing, I think, I'm going to pull this mass airflow sensor connector off. And I can't. Okay. I can't get that off. But I have to. This video can't go longer than 15 minutes, can it? Is there a dang lock tab on that? Come on. There's a red lock on it. Well, that took 5 minutes just to get that undone. If I remember right, there was some oil in here. Don't forget the wire doodad clip. And if I remember right, we used this cheap one, worked really good. And it still does. So, this was full of oil last time. There is some oil there. A little bit. This is not a turbo. I believe it's just a 3.5 liter. And remember this one? How many miles to the gallon is that? Can somebody please tell me? I was thinking 5. Okay. So, I'm going to have to pull out the vacuum. There is some garbage in there. Maybe if I just moved you guys up just a little bit more, be able to see me better. I'm going to go get the vacuum. It's good enough for me. I ran into you guys. Now, there is some oil residue around here. I'm going to clean that off too. I don't know why. I don't know why the oil's getting in there. So, I just don't know why. Must be something with the PVC system. The PCV. Did I say that wrong? Alright, I'm happy with that. 2012 Ford Explorer, 3.5, I believe. Yeah, that's a 3.5. So, Riley's ran me this out yesterday with some other parts. Right away. Like, I called them and they were here in 10 minutes. I was just ordering parts for today. You think it's the right one? She's the right one. There's a little oil here. I'm going to clean that off. I'm not going to spray on this at all. So yeah, I'm not sure where this oil's coming from. So I'm not worried about it, but the customer kind of was when he watched the video. I just told him that first we gotta get the air filter changed. It could be something with the PCV system. Could be the PCV valve. The oil cap's tight. Don't forget to plug in your mass airflow sensor. You will throw the light if you forget. And we might as well pull the stick while we're here, right? Just to make sure. I think, yeah, I did do an oil change on this. I'll have to check and see how many miles are on it. That's right on the full. This vehicle does get a lot of miles every single day. So, the gal that drives this, she's in the EMS, and she works at, I don't know, a big hospital, let's say that. I won't say where she works, but. And she's a first responder. So, I mean, this thing, I would say this thing gets probably a minimum of 60 miles a day. Sometimes it's probably a lot more than that. And I do know they take this vehicle out for family trips. Or to go get some stuff to eat, you know. This is one of their primary vehicles for the family. So, the gal did say that, you know, when that power steering goes out, she can turn it until she shuts it off and starts it back up again. Then she couldn't turn the wheel. So I think it goes, when the power steering throws that code, it goes into some reduced power state on the rack. It's electric power steering on this one. But then when you shut the key off, she doesn't have any power steering at all. And so I'm glad that part's working, and you know, it's not, they're not having to get it towed or call somebody that can drive it or call me to come clear that code out so it'll steer again. So I think with the alignment, and you know, they put the tires on the week later, or 1 week later. But since then, and I mean, it would have thrown that code by now and locked up the power steering. So I don't think it was the tie rod. You know, the tie rod had something to do with the alignment, and the alignment was off. So I think it was the alignment. Plus the tires were bad. So I don't know. And just to let you guys know, there's no angle position sensor for the steering wheel underneath the steering wheel. So I took that all apart. This vehicle does not have a steering wheel angle sensor in the steering wheel. Okay, I'm going to get ready and rack it up and lift it up. It's going to be time to do the diff. And we're going to have to suck it out of there. And I bought one of these on Amazon. I don't even know how to say it. Say his day. Say his day. I'll leave a link. And hopefully it works. I plugged it in. I did have to put my air fitting on because their air fitting leaked. It did come with a few little bits. But I did try it, and it doesn't seem like it has a lot of suction. So if we can suck some gear oil out of the diff, I'm going to be really happy. But if not, I bought one of these on Amazon also. I'll leave this one, we could probably just give a good review right now. I haven't even opened it yet, but this is 500cc. So I'm going to set the hoist. We're going to lift it up. And we're going to get to work. Come on now. Stop talking. Looks like I'm too far back, but I think it'll work. I'll go check the other side. I still haven't oiled that. And this is one of those hoists that it can be set backwards a little bit more. I always center it, but it can be set back just a little bit. By the way, I'm going up. That's a long ways up there. We'll set her down for safety on the latches. Sometimes I don't do that. So I don't know, hopefully I have a better camera day today. But I'm going to try to get, I know I got it on there last time. But there's no drain plug on here. And remember I said I was going to drill that out? I changed my mind. I don't want to have to buy a diff. So I'm just right up in here. Maybe we need a little more light. I think I got you guys to where you're going to be. I'm probably going to bump you. So I need to get... I think that'll work right there. Alright, I got her coming loose. And that fluid extractor takes my air compressor, so once we get that hose in there, if it fits in there, it's probably going to start to get noisy. So I don't know if that's enough to get my... Well, I can't get my hand in there from the back. Yeah, it's just loose enough I can turn it with my fingers now. But if there's a bunch of debris around that plug, you're going to want to clean that off with some brake cleaner and an air hose. But we just had it off. It don't look dirty again, so I'm going to go ahead. And I know I filled this up, so I better grab the oil drain because it's probably going to come out. Okay, let's get that plug out of there. I'll see if I can get a... I am going to spray that off. Change my mind just to be absolutely certain, because we're going to be messing with a hose up there. So I don't want to knock any dirt in there, although the fluid is black. I just don't want to. Alright, so I got the plug out. Yep, it's running out, still full. So now, what we gotta do is we gotta get this hose for this machine all the way down the bottom. And this holds, I think it was 0.55 quart, so just a little bit over a half a quart. And it's 75/140. I did look that up. That'll affect this. I would like to get all of the fluid out. I thought we could stick our hand around the back, but I can't. And I've done these before, and they are not easy to get that hose in there, if I remember right. Because you got to get it right close to this end, and there's some gears in there, and it's hard to get it to the bottom. I'm in there a ways. Look how black that oil is. So I'm in there a ways. I'm going to see how much I get out. If I get out a half a quart, we're going to call it good. And I'm not going to put anything in there to flush it out. What I am going to do is recommend the customer, next oil change, let's do this again. Because it ain't going to cost very much. I don't charge very much. I'm not a big shop, so I charge old-fashioned rates, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. You guys can probably figure it out somehow. But it's not very much. Camera a little bit. So this will be the first time using this tool. If it don't work, I'm going to be disappointed, and I will not leave a link. Anyway, so here's this thing. I think it's just a push coupler. No. So you got to pull that down. And then this handle's supposed to lock here. And it seems like, it sticks a little bit there. Probably just needs to be used, but I can't get this to slide over this part. And I don't want to force it and break it yet. So my air fitting leaks a little bit. Alright, there's the compressor's done. You know what? I'm wondering, let me get a little oil. We'll put it right on here. There we go. So now, when we were first doing it, it's sucking some out. It's kind of slow, so we're probably going to have to leave this, and I'm probably going to have to fast forward it. But let's try it some more. There, I got it on there. Oh, I'm not down into the fluid far enough. Okay, I think I'm missing not getting it down in there far enough. So I think the hose is just whatever's in there, it's coiling up onto it. So I think I'm going to see what's in here. So this could still be an unboxing video, right? I got gear oil on me. I don't want to get it all over. So I'm going to try to be careful. Let's see if there's anything in here. And I got a couple more of these. Maybe we can use a tube off this. So there's some stuff in here. There's one of these. This is a harder plastic, so I think this is what we'll use. There's some kind of seal, maybe an extra seal for something. I don't know. And some kind of little piece of paper. It says instructions, owner's manual. So I got owner's manual for this 500cc suction gun, fluid extractor, whatever, extraction fuel pump. So I got an owner's manual for a 500cc extraction and fill pump. Awesome. We're going to use this to put the fluid in, by the way. Let's see. I don't know. I think I want to use this one. So let's get this little rubber cap off there. We're going to put that on here. And then I'm going to try to get this back up in there. Gear oil. I love gear oil. Doesn't everybody love gear oil? So maybe if I come in from here, I don't know. So one thing I know I don't want to do is kink this over. Because we kink it, if we kink it, it's not going to suck anything out of there. Then I'm going to get mad. I'm gonna get a long needle nose and I'm gonna try to do something. I'm just having trouble getting that in. I got it in there, but that's as far as I got it. I did go down some there. I'm in there a ways, but not enough. I know it's not enough. Okay, I got all that tube in there but 1 inch. So let's see if we can suck it out now. So maybe I'll move back. It's coming now. It's working a little bit. I mean, I don't think you can suck with these Kinetic, whatever, the air ones. I don't think they suck very much anyway. We got these at work. I can't remember what they're called. I'll let that do what it's got to do and I'll get back to you. Okay, I'm back. I was able to get all the fluid out, so I did go back online for the specifications, which I'm not going to tell you where I get them because it's kind of special, but it said 0.53 quart or 0.5 liter. I have gotten exactly 0.5 liters out of this thing. So maybe I can show you. Maybe just a hair bit more. But the 0.5, need something to point with. The 0.5 liter mark is right there. And that's exactly where we are. I'm very happy we got it all out of there. So I did have to, this thing sucks it out great. That's no problem. I'll recommend this tool. I'll be mostly using it for diffs. Or maybe some brake bleeding, I don't know. So what I had to do is I had to finagle that line with a needle nose up there, like a lot. So you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Where we're going in with that. Well, anyways, so it's right up there, and that little piece of tubing. So this is the point. So you guys know what to do there, but I'm going to give you guys some critical information here. I'm going to pull that little tube out of there, and I'm going to measure it. So when you do it, you know how far you got to stick that tube down in there to get it all out. And you know me, I make sure I do it right the first time. So it may take a little while longer, but I got all that fluid out of there, all of it. So what I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna look at the condition of this fluid too before I dump it. And it is, and I did, I just was off camera for like an hour, so I did wait a while to let it drip off all the gear assemblies in there and whatever else is in there. And it just kind of gurgled, so we're not going to get much more out. I did let it gurgle for like 10 minutes. Maybe that's why I got a little extra out of it. So I think what I'll do for you guys is I'll measure this. Yeah, I dropped it. So I'm going to measure this piece of hose. And I'm going to say that this hose right up to the end was at 7 inches. So you need 7 inches of hose in there. Alright, maybe like this. So you guys need, if you're going to do one of these diffs on this Ford Explorer, I guess it's not a front diff, it's actually a PTU, and they're calling it a transfer case. I just call it the front diff, whatever. So this is the PTU, power transfer unit, or transfer case. I mean, to me that's not a real transfer case. I'll go with PTU, so I gotta start calling this stuff what it is. So you need 7 inches of hose. Wiggle down in there. You gotta do it, twist it, wiggle it, This is a 1/4 inch. It was a clear plastic one. We'll clean it out, but it's not airline. I think you could probably get that 1/4 inch airline to go in there, that black stuff, whatever that is. Yeah, so I'm going to get me some of the 1/4 inch stuff because I want a longer piece. That way, because I had problems with that silicone hose that I put on here, would keep coming off. A little bit of problem there. So, let's put the fluid back in it, clean it up, put the plug back in, and then we'll take a look at this fluid. How does that sound? I gotta clean this up because I think we need this to put the fluid back in. That fluid that's in there is blacker than diesel oil. It's nasty. And I can't even get this clean yet. I still can't get it clean. It's some stuck in the middle. I've tried the parts washer and brake cleaner. Now I'm going to try some compressed air. That fluid is bad. So, I think I'm right, but is 500 cc's, is that 0.5 liter? Probably. So, this has just got a, like a, I can't remember what you call these kind of connections, but where you slip this in, and then it locks. So it's made for the bigger hose. There's a little adapter on there. There we go. So it's made for the bigger hose, which is probably alright because I'll be pushing a long time if I have to push it through that hose. I think we can make it be nice. There goes my light. Told you. I think it would be nice if we had a little 90 on here. I'm going to go find one. Alright, I did find a thing to make a 90 of. I didn't have a regular one, but I found some soft copper, 1/4 inch. So it's kind of really thin walled, which is going to work great. And that fit in there really nice and tight. So, I think what we're going to do is I'll slide this cap off here. That's not going to work. So I'll put the other little cap on here so it don't run out. And then we're going to pull this off. And you can't have the cap on there to pull that off. So now, we'll put the cap back on. We'll get some fluid. And I'll fill this pretty full. So this is 75-140. So I kind of knew I had this job to do, so I went ahead and ordered these tools on Amazon. And, whoops, that's probably too full. And the good thing, awesome thing about Amazon is this stuff gets shipped right away. I mean, it comes right away. I have a funny feeling this is not going to work. I got that too full. And I don't want to make a mess, but here she goes. Hopefully that's good enough. Oh boy. I'm going to have to do this on the fly. So we are in the seal a little bit, so I can tip it upside down. I'm going to stick it up there. I know you guys seen that. I'm an idiot. Let's go for round 2, and this time I'm leaving the thing screwed on. And I'm going to suck it into the thing. I need more brake cleaner. So you can use brake cleaner on this because it isn't melting. That's embarrassing. I don't know if I can leave this on there. I don't like doing it this way because I got a pull on it. Alright, so I got, I don't know, I'm not even going to measure it. We're just going to fill it up to its full. And I'm getting more of a mess than I would like. So, this actually reaches up there really nicely. And now we'll just push. And hopefully that little piece of copper tubing doesn't fall off and fall inside. I think last time we squeezed the jug, I think that might be easier. And I'm going to move you guys right there. I'm still pushing. But hey, we're going to get this job done, right? It's going to be good. So I don't think it's going to take much more. I'm just going to stick this down in my gear oil jug, which I'm cleaning it off so they don't get no contamination. And I'm going to suck some more in here. This is really slow going here, so I might have to fast forward all this stuff. The good news is when that spilled, I didn't get any on me. But I have almost 500 cc's or milliliters in here. And I think last time we had about 400. So it shouldn't take much at all. So we're almost done. Alright, she's starting to come out. That's what I thought. So I can confirm that the cc's, 500 cc's, is 0.5 liter. Just to make sure I'm full, I'm going to put a little more in there. Yep, I'm sure I'm full. So I will recommend this service again, the next oil change. Or if it looks clean, we'll leave it. But I'm sure it's going to be dirty. It's going to get all that dirt that's left in there is going to mix in with this new oil. So one more change and we'll probably be good. Alright, so I'm going to put that plug back in. If I can find it, it's right here. You guys could just watch. And then I'm going to clean that up a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and look at that old fluid. That's going to be pretty cool. And maybe we'll look at the mess I made on the floor. 500 cc's on the floor. I'm going to have to pay for that. It's challenging me just a little bit. I don't want to get it to run down my arm and my sweatshirt. Alright, I got started in there with my fingers now. And I'm going to go ahead and tighten that as tight as I can. Maybe even use this rag a little bit. I can't get any tighter. And we got it on the exhaust pipe. So I'm going to get my ratchet up in there and hopefully she clicks. I can't get it to catch the right notch. There, we got it. It's clicking. We're in good shape. So they do have a torque spec for this plug. I don't know how you'd get your torque wrench in there. So we're just going to call our torque by hand. And you know, even if you had it a little loose, it's not going to fall out, it's just going to leak. I'll go one more. There. Click. And I'll use a rag too. And then I'll spray it off again. Because the gear oil takes a little bit to get off. And one more time. So there. Huh. Maybe, I don't even know what I should say. That was embarrassing. I'm gonna make that part really short in the video, but I've been talking about it this whole time, so. Yeah, she's, had to get some oil dry. The good thing is, there's none on me. I don't know how I missed it. I think I got... No. I'm clean. That makes me just a little bit more happy. It's on the wheels on my cart. That is so sweet. So what I say, I'll go screw this container off. I'm going to bring it over there and put it in my pan. And we take a look. I'll bring this oil back over here then. And we take a look and see how bad that oil is. I mean, we'll stick a screwdriver in it or something. So if I swirl this stuff, okay, now you can see that gray stuff. But this stuff is absolutely bad. Look at that. Alright, that's enough. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'll put a link for those, the fluid extractors, both of them, in my description. I think I'm getting my links mixed up. I got a bunch more in there. Like I think the last one I put the as seen video underneath the other two links. I don't know. So I guess what I think I'm going to do is I'll put, like if I demonstrate the part in a video like this, I'll put that item at the top of the list. So I'm going to try to straighten out the order on those. So I don't know if this text is going to be backwards, but they say his day, the say his day one is $44.99, and that's the air operated one. The little hand one, horsty. What? Who comes up with this stuff? That was $15.99. Okay. Here's the smoke machine that I don't recommend, but you gotta watch the video. Maybe you'll buy one. And I do this every time, but maybe I won't do it. But here's the gear wrenches, 120 XL or whatever. So let's do the test. This is the 10. Didn't make it to full. But anyways, they're not loose. These are some very good wrenches. I probably shouldn't do all this. And this is the test light. And these ends, there's a 4mm banana jack on each end. Okay? It's a 1/4 amp test light. I have a video. Buy it. Buy two. Alright guys, so that's going to do it. I do have some links for some other items. Check those out. So I put a video link of mine on the top. The Amazon link where you want to buy it, and it's a win-win for you and me. I get a little money, and you get a tool that I checked out. So check out them other links, and the links for these two are going to be in order from top on the top. I'm going to try to do it. So yeah, anybody can do this little service today on this 2012 Ford Explorer, and I'm sure, I think the pickups you got to suck them out too. Maybe all the Fords do. You do. So yeah, it's pretty easy service. Anybody can do it. Might have to buy a couple tools because you do got to suck it out. Or if you're brave enough. If somebody's brave enough and they drill a hole in the bottom, let me know, because then I'll start doing it. If I ever get a junk one, we'll figure out where we got to drill the hole. But anyways, you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to roll these videos, and you can catch me next time. Thanks for watching.